Alright, the news that I'm sure most of you Mavericks fans have probably been waiting for. Some perfect news, I think, for the Dallas Mavericks. It is now currently being revealed that they are finally interested in trading for Myles Turner. Myself and fellow YouTuber who's a good mate, he's been talking about this quite a bit as well, Relly Hall. We talked about this actually on a podcast, saying that Myles Turner would be perfect for the Dallas Mavericks. I actually don't know if there's a more perfect player in the NBA for the Dallas Mavericks right now. He really, really does fit in everything they need, and they are finally interested in him. Now, we've seen that Kristaps Porzingis has really had a career revival this season. He has been great, but defensively, he's still really struggling because we've seen now that it is a locked and it is confirmed now that it looks like he is a power forward in the league. He just can't guard the center position. Like at 7'3", he's just like, I really don't get it. Like somehow he does better at guarding power forwards. I think it's because he can still relatively guard the mid-range, not exactly bad. But dude, if you guys watch when he's played players like Jarrett Allen and that, he gets killed in the paint, and it just really is a big struggle for him. And that's why he's been playing mainly power forward, I believe, this season. They've had Dwight Powell kind of play the center position for most of the year, but Dwight Powell's just not doing it. Defensively, he's not good enough. He's only 6'9", and he's only averaging 4.5 rebounds in 20 minutes per game as like the main rebounder. It's just not working out really at all. He's definitely going to have to, try something else, or he's going to get traded, because right now when it comes to Myles Turner would be perfect. Look, he doesn't necessarily fit, the rebound kind of wise. He's not going to fill that in. Like, some people are going to be like, well, he's going to come in and, get a bunch of rebounds. Like, he's going to do a lot better than what Dwight Powell is, but he's not a dude that averages 10 plus rebounds a game. He's a guy that usually averages around 7.5, but because Sabonis is there, maybe he gets less. So maybe on the Mavericks, he might get at least like 8 or 9 rebounds per game. That's an idea. But the thing that he brings in, which is like 20 times better than what Dwight Powell does, is Myles Turner is one of the best interior defenders in the game, if not the best interior defender. He averages like 3 blocks nearly per game. This season, 2.8. Last season, he averaged 3.4. He is crazy defensively. And the good thing is about him as well is he can hit the 3-ball like 38%. And he averages 13 points per game. In my opinion, he is the absolute perfect player for this Dallas Mavericks team. Because not only does he, protect the interior like an absolute beast, meaning that Kristaps Porzingis doesn't have to worry about it that much. Porzingis can go and do other things like, not have to worry about it as much. I think his offense might improve a little bit, that he's not have to worry about being good defensively all the time as well. To make up for what Dwight Powell lacks. You kind of bring in Turner now, and he will be an absolute interior beast. And then when Luka's driving, or Tim Hardaway's driving and doing their own isolation play, or whatever it may be, then Myles Turner doesn't have to be clogging up the paint like Dwight Powell and that will do. He can go and, sit on the 3-point line, and he's a genuine threat. Like, imagine getting a screen. When Luka calls for a screen, he usually gets double teamed because no one, thinks about guarding Dwight Powell. Like, it just doesn't happen. And don't take this as a Dwight Powell disrespect video. Got nothing against him. I'm just saying he's not starting center material, if you know what I mean. So again, when Luka's calling for that screen, he gets double teamed. But hey, if he's calling for that screen now with Myles Turner, he ain't getting double teamed anymore, because they're going to have to watch out for Turner on the 3-point line. And Turner can easily, drive in as well and create his own shot. Like, it would be an absolute threat. Not only would the interior defense greatly improve on this Dallas Mavericks team, I believe Kristaps and Luka would also improve heaps, because Kristaps wouldn't have to rely on being, he's defensive so much, which he's just not. Like, he's not a defensive player anymore. And he's had to try, and worry about being defensive so much this year. And then Luka can now finally probably get double teamed less. And this would, free up Luka more. Also, it'd help out, the offense, I think, run a lot more smoothly. And then you look at it like this. They probably wouldn't have to give up much to get him, because the Dallas, the Indiana Pacers are trying to blow it up. Don't get me wrong. I've seen some people saying that Myles Turner's only worth a first-round pick and a protected first-round pick. Trust me, he's probably going to be worth a lot more, considering the Knicks are interested in him, the Hornets are interested in him, the Lakers are interested in him, the list goes on. You're going to have to trade up a lot more. And considering Dwight Powell is necessary, he's probably a bad contract in the league now, because he only averages around 6 and 5, and he's on about, I think, $11 million per year, and he's had some injury issues in the past. You kind of think, well, if you were the Mavericks, if you could get, you know, Myles Turner for Dwight Powell, a first-round pick, and then a protected first-round pick, you are 100% doing it. Because this team would improve that much, where that first-round pick probably would only be like 22 to 30. So you don't really care about it. You get a bit of a bad contract in Dwight Powell, and then you do other things. I think that would be worth it. But again, they might have to match contracts up a little better than that, because I think Turner's on about 18 million. So hey, maybe you look to throw in, you know, just a dude making a little bit on there as well. Maybe a young guy like Josh Green, something like that. I really don't know how the contracts would match up. They probably wouldn't, but hey, I'm not going to focus on that exactly too much in this video. Realistically, it'd probably have to be like Reggie Bullock and Dwight Powell to make up the, you know, $18-19 million per year. So that's that. But hey, I think Dwight Powell and a first-round pick and a protected first-round pick, the Mavericks fans would like a lot more. Because hey, Reggie Bullock has been pretty good for the Mavericks this year. He is averaging around 24 minutes per game, you know, 6 points, but he has been spacing the floor out a lot. Look, his three-point percentage has been down. He's only 28.5, but I believe he's been picking it up quite a bit. And look, he shot like 113, so that's going to happen. He's always going to have a slump here and there, and if not, maybe they just still look to trade him anyway. But hey, Myles Turner to this Dallas Mavericks team is a match made in heaven. Realistically, it fits, you know, so well, and I just think makes so much, you know, sense for them to go out and explore this. But yeah, your team would really be set, because you'd have Luka Doncic in the starting lineup, Reggie Bullock, Kristaps, Dorian Finney-Smith, and Myles Turner. You'd have two guys in there that can get you 20 plus points per game, and a bunch of floor spaces, and an pretty good interior defense now, and even perimeter. Like, Finney-Smith's still a pretty good defender, and so is Bullock. Like, that team just becomes so good in my opinion. So I could definitely see something like that happen. But I know some of you might actually, you know, get a little, I guess hated is the right word. I'm not exactly too sure at this, just because some of you might be like, well, maybe it's a little too much for Myles Turner, or maybe we don't want to get rid of Bullock, this and that. But, you know, it's really hard to make these videos because, like, I never know, you know, you can never tell what these players are worth because so many people disagree. But I'm just saying, considering the Lakers and the Knicks will be after him as well, and the Hornets, and those teams will be, you know, ready to give up picks, you probably would have to say the Mavericks would do so as well. And I wouldn't think the Mavericks would let, you know, Myles Turner slip out of their hands or their control, because there is not a dude in this league that I don't think is more important for them. You could say a dude like Jarrett Allen, but he's unavailable. A dude like Jonas Valanciunas as well is unavailable. If they don't get Myles Turner, Steven Adams is always there, but just Steven Adams he's a good player, but he's just nothing like, he's nowhere near as good as Myles Turner, I don't think. Or maybe not as good as Myles Turner for this Mavericks team, you could say. But hey, it's going to be really, really hard to kind of see how this, of course, all does go down. Definitely let me know in the comments down below, guys. Do you guys think, though, that the Dallas Mavericks will get Myles Turner? Do you guys think he might go elsewhere? Definitely let me know all of your thoughts and opinions. What would they have to give up? A couple first-round picks, role players, this and that. How would you guys match the contracts up? Of course, definitely let me know your thoughts and opinions on this down below. But also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for the latest NBA content and NBA news and sports-related content. Like the video if you haven't already, and go and subscribe to my gaming channel, my IRL/long channel, and my podcast channel. All of them will be linked in the description down below. But as I was saying, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.